What I'm about to describe is called the cathedral effect. The cathedral effect has been discussed, well, really for many, many decades, maybe even hundreds of years, but formally has been discussed since the early 2000s, in which it seemed that people who were in high-ceilinged environments, hence the phrase cathedral, would shift their thinking and their ideas to more abstract and creative, lofty type thinking. So literally higher ceiling, loftier thinking, higher aspirations. This was observed in terms of the language that they used, but also the sorts of ideas that they would generate. And conversely, that people that were in lower ceilinged environments would be more oriented toward using language that was more restricted, literally more detailed, analytic about things in their immediate space. So what does this mean for workspace optimization? Well, most of us have a fixed ceiling level in our home, but you might have rooms in which the ceiling is higher and rooms in which the ceiling is lower. If that were the case, I recommend if you want to do creative work during phase 2, the 9 to 16 hours of your circadian cycle, 9 to 16 hours after waking, that is, that you do that in the high ceiling room or maybe even outdoors, out on a deck or on a patio, because the highest ceiling, of course, is the sky. And again, the lower the ceiling or the lower your visual environment, the more that one tends to do, or I should say performs detailed analytic work accurately. And the more that one's thinking is oriented towards detailed, sort of correct answer type work. Whereas when the ceiling is higher or there's no ceiling, the more that the brain and the rest of the processing that we call cognitive processing is related to abstract reasoning, brainstorming, and indeed can pull from broader swaths of memory resources. Because really what abstract reasoning is it's taking existing elements and maneuvering them or arranging them into novel ways. So you could think about like notes on a piano, playing a particular song, learning scales. That's very analytic. There's a correct answer that you're trying to arrive at or generate. Whereas writing music or writing poetry or generating new material of any kind involves taking existing elements, right? You're not going to use words that you don't have committed to your memory or that you're not aware of, and arranging them in novel ways. So I think the cathedral effect can be leveraged. And again, you don't need to move into a different home or build a slanted roof and work at one side of the room at one part of the day and the other side of the room at the other. Although, hey, if that's the way you want to swing it, that's great. Most of us don't have that flexibility. But it's very clear that the height of the ceiling of the visual environment that we're in has a profound effect on the types of cognitive processes that we are able to